Hi, everybody. This is Craig Robin. Oh.
Wait till I get up.
Okay. Hi, everybody. This is Craig Robinson from Robinson and Casey. I wanted to bring to your attention, especially for those in the behavioral health space, a case that was recently just decided, which was a wrongful death lawsuit. And it was a case that was published in April 2nd of 2025. It was the case of Burley versus the Village South Incorporated. There were some headlines about it in the last week because the wrongful death case has recently settled. And what I wanted to bring to your attention, because this case involved the Marchman Act, which is something that we deal with here at Robinson and Casey. And in particular, this was about a gentleman who was in the facility, the Village South. A Marchman Act had been filed. This gentleman was discharged from the facility, and according to the case, no arrangements had been made post-discharge for any kind of a referral to another appropriate facility. And this, unfortunately, this gentleman died about 48 days after being discharged from the facility. And a wrongful death lawsuit was filed against the facility, and the attorneys involved utilized the Marchman Act, in particular Chapter 397, to create a statutory duty on the facility to actually know what the requirements and what the responsibilities of the licensed service provider were when you discharge somebody under a Marchman Act. Initially, in this case, the trial court actually granted summary judgment in favor of the treatment facility. The attorneys for the decedent filed an appeal, and the appellate court actually reversed the trial court's decision and found that the Marchman Act itself did actually pose civil liability and statutory liability on the facility. And why this is important for those of you that are in the behavioral health space is to know what your responsibilities are as it pertains to Chapter 397. This is all that we do really here at Robinson and Casey, is we help families to access treatment through the Marchman Act and guardianship processes, even when it feels out of reach. But even more so than that, what we believe in here at Robinson and Casey is making sure that those facilities that we collaborate with on these cases are educated, that they're aware of what their responsibilities and duties are under the Marchman Act. And so we really would love to help you, to help understand what those responsibilities entail as it pertains to the Marchman Act, and also to have a better understanding of what the Marchman Act is and how it works. I know as an MSW, when I went through my program for my master's in social work, that this is not a topic that is always really well covered in school. So many clinicians and admissions professionals and people who work in the behavioral health space aren't always aware of what the law requires of them. And so we want to be here as a resource to you. If you want to reach out to us, my email address is craig@robinsoncasey.com. Feel free to reach out to me if you work for a facility and you feel like you could use a refresher on what the Marchman Act is and how it works and how you can potentially avoid a situation like this. And ultimately, as we all know, and we always say this, but the Marchman Act saves lives. And we want to help you to utilize the Marchman Act to hopefully save lives. So I look forward to hearing from you, and thank you for listening.